Air Transat passengers could soon face flight disruptions. Everything is still running as planned right now. But if they don't reach a deal, Air Transat's pilots could be trading the cockpit for the picket line as soon as Wednesday. Negotiations are ongoing, with the main sticking point focusing on wages. So how realistic is it to think that there could be a deal? I want to bring in someone who has been in these rooms before. Sundeep Gokhale is a labor lawyer and partner at Sharad Coos LLP and joins me now. Sundeep, thank you so much for helping us understand what's going on here.
Thanks for having me.
So do you know how far apart are the two parties based on what it is they want and what you know of it?
Well, Air Transat's put out a very aggressive offer to try and get a resolution. They proposed 59% over the course of a 5-year collective agreement, which on its face is very favorable and very reasonable in the circumstances. Now, the devil's in the detail. We'll see how that all plays out, but that's at least what they've publicly gone in terms of what their last proposal ultimately is. We're still waiting for the union to ultimately outline exactly what their ask is as it relates to wages, but their view is 59% doesn't impact everyone in the same way, and that's the sticking point right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think the pilots union is using, I would describe it as vague language. What do you make of that?
Well, unlike what we saw with Air Canada in QP was very direct in terms of what they wanted to see. They wanted to see pay for work before and after or on the ground work that was being done by the flight attendants. Here, we're not hearing from the pilots union exactly what it is. We've heard job security, we've heard better working conditions, and we've heard higher wages, but nothing actually specific in terms of an identified goal that they want to achieve through these negotiations.
Any thoughts as to why that might be, why they'd be using vague language and not being as direct as you pointed? I mean, I think a lot of Canadians will remember what happened over the summer with the flight attendants at Air Canada.
Well, I think the point right now is the union has all the leverage in the world. It's a busy time. Flights are full. Ticket purchases have been at an all-time high this season. So they have the leverage right now, and I think they're really pushing to get every dime that they can out of Air Transat in this case. One of the unfortunate situations here is that we're dealing with a 10-year collective agreement that just expired. So of course wages haven't kept up with inflation because we've seen extraordinary inflation over the last 5 years. So this is the time that the union is really trying and get every dime, every nickel out in terms of a proposal coming out.
You mentioned the leverage, the timing of this being the busy travel season, Christmas, and the same was true for, the August flight attendant strike with Air Canada, also a very busy time of travel. I'm wondering what your thoughts are for passengers booking tickets when it comes to a busy travel time. Is this something that unions are more likely to threaten a strike at this particular time? I think we can all understand that certainly they're looking for as much power at the table as they can get.
It's by design. Let's call it what it is. It's by design. They could have gone on strike, weeks earlier when it was less busier, but they've really pinpointed this period of time to try and aggressively put Air Transat in a difficult position to hopefully add more to what's currently on the table right now in terms of the last monetary package.
Given what we've seen in terms of government intervention to labor disputes, and given the busy time of travel, do you think if they do go on strike, that is a possibility that, for the purpose of the economy, which is often the argument made, that we would see intervention?
This is the game that the union's playing. This is a game of roulette. If they aggressively push too hard and there's not a deal negotiated before they go on strike, they're opening this up for the government to intervene and force the parties back to work and force this issue to interest arbitration. So that's the strategic play that the union has to consider right now.
Sundeep Gokhale is a labor lawyer and partner at Sharad Coos LLP. Thank you so much, Sundeep.
Thank you.